Today we're plunging into something really current. These recent arrests connected to the cyber attacks on major UK retailers. We're talking M&S, the Co-op, even Harrods. We've looked at reports from the BBC, The Independent, The Guardian. So our mission today, let's unpack the who, what, and why behind these arrests and maybe figure out what it tells us about, where cybercrime is heading. Okay, so let's get right into it. What's happening on the ground? Just yesterday, Thursday, July 10th, the National Crime Agency, the NCA, announced something pretty major. 4 arrests, is that right?
That's right. 4 people arrested. We've got a 20-year-old woman in Staffordshire, and then 3 males, 17, 19, and another 19, picked up in London and the West Midlands.
Interesting ages. Any more details on them?
Well, yeah, one of the 19-year-olds is apparently from Latvia. The others are British citizens. They were apprehended at home, early hours, the usual thing. Electronic devices seized, too.
And the charges, what are they actually suspected of?
It's quite a list. Suspicion of Computer Misuse Act offenses, basically hacking laws here in the UK, but also blackmail, money laundering, and significantly participating in an organized crime group.
Organized crime. So not just kids messing around then.
Exactly. That combination of charges really points towards something more coordinated. Like you said, not lone wolves. It suggests these operations are becoming, almost like illicit businesses, financially driven, structured. Paul Foster at the NCA called the arrests a significant step.
Okay, significant feels right when you look at the damage. The numbers are just, wow. M&S is estimating $300 million in lost profits.
$300 million. It's a huge figure. And they expect operations to be impacted until late July. Some IT systems might not be fully back until, October, November?
That's months. And the Co-op had empty shelves for weeks, right? Even Harrods got hit. It's not just abstract, because that's jobs, supply chains, huge disruption for actual people, for customers.
It really puts the scale into perspective. And these weren't simple smash and grab breaches either. M&S got hit with a double whammy: data theft and ransomware that basically scrambled their IT network.
Ransomware, right. So demanding payment.
Yeah, they even got an offensive email demanding money. And the Co-op, similar story, millions of customer and staff records stolen.
And wasn't there something about them having to admit it?
That's right. Apparently, the hackers contacted the BBC with proof of the data theft, forcing the Co-op's hand. Sources say they just managed to pull the plug on their networks in time to stop the ransomware spreading further. Very close call.
Wow. So who does the NCA think is behind these specific attacks?
They're pointing towards a group called Scattered Spider, described as a sort of loose collective English-speaking hackers.
Okay, Scattered Spider, what are they known for?
Their main thing seems to be social engineering, which is basically manipulation, right? Like impersonating staff to trick IT help desks into resetting passwords, getting access that way.
Clever, in a devious way.
Yeah, and they also use SIM swapping, tricking phone companies to hijack someone's number and your standard phishing emails. Now, for the M&S and Co-op hits, they apparently used encryption software, the ransomware part, from another group called Dragon Force.
So groups collaborating, that adds another layer of complexity. And thinking bigger picture now, M&S chairman Archie Norman, he had some strong words for MPs, didn't he?
He did. He said he felt the hack was an attempt to actually destroy the business. And he even suggested the NCA might be under-resourced, which is why M&S apparently reached out to the FBI for help.
Asking the FBI for help. That says a lot about the perceived scale of the threat, doesn't it? What does that mean for other UK companies?
Well, it suggests even the big players feel vulnerable. And if the NCA is seen as potentially struggling, it raises questions about protection for everyone else. Norman also claimed, interestingly, that 2 other large British firms were hit recently but didn't report it.
Unreported attacks. So the problem might be even bigger than we know.
Quite possibly. And this group, Scattered Spider, they're not just hitting UK shops. They've been blamed for attacks in the U.S. insurance sector. Airlines like WestJet and Qantas recently, too. It's global.
So it's not just retail. It's critical infrastructure, too. Airlines, insurance, and you mentioned they're English-speaking hackers. Does the NCA see that as a trend?
Yes, definitely. Their own 2025 strategic assessment specifically warned about this growing threat from English-speaking hackers, and they've linked groups like these to an online subculture called the Com.
The Com? What's that?
It's described as this sort of dark online space, almost a social network for hackers. Members, often young men, seem motivated by status, power within that group, sometimes even extremist ideas, apparently. They gain notoriety by pulling off big hacks.
So the motivation isn't just money, it's status ideology. That's sobering.
It is. It gives you a different context for understanding why these attacks happen. It's not always straightforward financial crime.
Okay, so we've covered a lot today. The arrests, these individuals, the huge impact. And the methods used by groups like Scattered Spider, Dragon Force. The social engineering aspect is fascinating.
And that collaboration between groups, too, it shows how evolved this landscape is. It really underlines that point a co-op spokesperson made. Hacking is not a victimless crime. Businesses, customers, employees, everyone feels it.
Absolutely. It's a stark reminder that these threats are constantly shifting, not just technically, but in terms of who's doing it and why.
Exactly.
So, for you, our listener, maybe the question to mull over is this. With cyber threats evolving so fast, with these groups operating globally, sometimes driven by more than just cash, what does it really take for individuals, companies, and law enforcement worldwide to actually stay ahead of the curve? Something to think about.
For the latest tech insights, visit em360tech.com.